The siege in Gaza has come to an end after a week-long pause. Israel resumed airstrikes overnight after accusing Hamas of firing rockets before the truce was set to expire. 8 more Israeli hostages were released yesterday, along with 30 Palestinian prisoners. Among the hostages freed on Wednesday was a woman we first told you about last month, 36-year-old Yarden Roman Gat. She was visiting family in a town near the Gaza border when the October 7th attack happened. Yarden was with her husband and their 3-year-old daughter. All 3 were kidnapped in a stolen car. They then tried to flee, but the terrorists opened fire. That's when Yarden handed her daughter to her husband. The 2 of them escaped while Yarden was recaptured. After 54 days in captivity, Yarden was reunited with her family yesterday. Wow. And joining us now from Israel is Yarden's brother, Gili Roman, who first joined us on the show last month when he had no idea about her whereabouts or how she was doing. Things must look very different today. Thank you for coming back on the show.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
How is the family doing? What was it like to reunite? I'm sure there are many different emotions.
Yeah, obviously we are relieved and extremely happy and also worried about the general situation, and also Yarden's sister-in-law Carmel is yet to be released. Specifically about these moments, it's almost incomprehensible. Yeah. The level of joy of hearing her voice again, seeing her picture, meeting her, seeing Geffen, my niece, reunite with her. It's truly, truly unbelievable. And I think that every hostage family deserves this moments of rejoice and of peace and calm, knowing that their loved ones are back. And this is beyond words.
Yeah, I get that completely. Just looking at the pictures. Has she been able to share anything about her time in captivity, or is it too soon?
She shared some. We are not allowed to elaborate, but for example, I can give you. We found out that most of her time in captivity in Gaza, she didn't know if her husband and daughter are alive. She knew about it only by a brief radio broadcast that she overheard. Somebody dedicated a song for Kinneret, her mother-in-law, that was murdered, and mentioned that she and Carmel, her sister-in-law, are hostages. And by that, she concluded that because Alon and Geffen were not mentioned, that they are not either killed or taken hostage. So only after most of her time, she knew what happened to her daughter and to her husband, and that they were able to be saved. Just imagine which kind of darkness she lived.
Just a trauma for both sides of the family, for the people waiting and hoping for her to come home, but not knowing what her condition is, if she's okay.
Right.
And the same for her in captivity, not knowing if the daughter that she handed off to her husband, if they made it.
Well, and that's what we keep hearing. So many not having any idea what was going on beyond their own terrible situation. Is she in relatively good health despite this horrific experience?
Yeah, I would say relatively well will be a good description.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Right. And the family, where are they spending most of their time together, working with counselors? Is there a process to try and help them reassimilate?
Well, as you probably know, it took Hamas a long time to release them. It happened really close to the end of of this day ceasefire around midnight. So we saw her only at 4 a.m. They were transferred to a hospital, so we've been there for a day. We spent the whole night there together and the whole day together in the same room with a lot of counselors and physicians. But then we came back home. So we are now all of us at the same apartment at my father's place. It's very fun. And we just came back from the first time taking my sister and her daughter to the beach. To be out in the sun, to feel the water, to feel the sand, to feel what freedom looks like.
Gili Roman, thank you very much. Wishing you many more days like that with your family. Thank you for joining us this morning.
I want to remind us that it's how crucial is it to get back on, go into the process of pauses and release of more hostages. It's crucial, and they have very limited time.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much.